Okay, it's time for the rundown. So... Okay, so the rundown, right? So in the downtime, what they thought was going to take only 24-ish hours to get out of the Veil has turned into 5+ days. So I'm going to do my role live with you in the Wardens channel. Do D20. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. Well, alright. Time to do it in person. We'll roll Sorlier's dice.
Message showing us so you might be coming, question mark?
Okay, I'm recording a thing for VOD real quick.
Ah.
Alright, D20. Got a 9.
Well then.
Okay, so we got a 9 for how well we're processing things. It's a little less than half. So I'll say that she's actually holding it together pretty well. She's definitely, like, hearing things and is exhausted and hungry and more irritated than usual. So we'll play it off that way. Anna and Feline did have watch together while they were in the cave. Canonically, Feline definitely tried to spark conversation with Anna. She probably played into it just a little bit, but wasn't really having any long, meaningful conversations. It was a lot of, like, small talk where she'd say something and she'd be like, Eventually Anna did fall asleep and Feline did not wake her up. So that was a little sweet moment. And then I think that's pretty much all my updates. Anna still has the wolf jerky and the mushrooms in her pocket to study. I was doing my start RP rundown thing. Let's see. We got 5 minutes. Okay. Getting in character. Getting our accent. This is not nearly as foggy as it was the deeper we went. He ran off quickly.
What the heck is he on? Right.
I mean, we gotta be getting close, right?
Area is clear.
We didn't ask you to do it. We know that the area is clear for now. Alright. I just want to get out of the veil.
I mean, look at the bright side. As of like a couple hours ago, the little spirit dudes stopped following us.
They were cute. Kind of comforting. Kind of miss them.
Silver linings.
How is that a silver lining? We're still in the fucking whale. You know? It's... How is that a fucking silver lining?
Because we don't got these like weird wormy things like flying at our faces anymore. Like...
Yes, but we're still in the veil, aren't we, Gale?
I know, but that might mean we're leaving it.
I don't see Ozu.
Yes.
Everywhere.
Does he disappear often?
Sometimes. Not all the time, but...
Do you know what he does when he's gone?
Not totally. Sometimes he's just observing and he could come back saying he's eaten something. I don't know.
Eaten something.
Guess just might have to catch up later. He looked a little shocked. Who's got rest? Morning.
I do. Behind my back.
I'm sure they can
Say that again. I'm sorry.
catch up.
One of you. Yes. One of you's got to.
Is he still sleeping, Anna?
Yeah, I can get her.
He's knocked out cold.
Right.
Okay, Flora. Oh God.
We're still in the Vale, Anna. Be careful. Follow the path.
It's right there.
Yes, but follow the path. You never know what's gonna happen. You know, the Vale is screwing with you. The mind.
Weird. What's weird? I'm sure I'll be fine.
Can actually see more sky than we could before. Can actually see how vibrant some of these leaves are. I've never seen so much blue in nature before. It's going to be weird to see so much green again. I really wanted to pick one of those flowers off the bushes.
I would die happy if I never saw a tree again in my life.
Welcome to the Earth region.
I had leaves. Yeah. Speaking of tree, holy shit.
That is a big tree.
What are those?
Hmm? That looks like an entrance.
To something.
So does that.
Wait. Have we found it?
Maybe?
Yeah, they can see torches.
The first thing that's not a tree in the last week?
Oh my god, yes.
I really want one of those flowers.
Oh, there you appears. Welcome back.
Yeah. Got a little behind.
Right.
Maybe I can get one closer to civilization. That bush looks rather close, actually. I just don't want Evelyn nagging at me. It's the last thing I want. I've had enough of it. Over 5 days. Sounds like him.
What are you collecting flowers for?
Never seen anything like them. I want to know what they are. Maybe I can grow some.
Like a garden.
You want to be a gardener?
Not really, but maybe it would be useful for potion making.
Well, I guess so. But this is Leafside, isn't it?
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Have you ever been here before?
I've heard of the town, so. No, I haven't, but I've heard about it.
It's so much greener.
Yeah. Greener than the Vale, that's for sure. I think most things in the world are. Yeah, that's true. I don't see any people yet.
Sorry?
I didn't talk to you.
Is it a large town?
Quite an average town, I would say. Not the largest I've seen. Drakengard. That's very large.
That's where you're from, right?
No, I mean Jokaya Kingdom.
Oh, right. They sound
That's where I'm
similar.
from. It
There's
does.
people. And,
Oh.
Yes.
is that normal? Do people just look like that here?
Okay.
Oh, they
It's
just
a pretty
float
big
you.
guy.
Like armor.
I see. A new lot. I believe you are all the guild members that have been spoken about in the letters. Am I incorrect?
Yeah, that's probably us.
I'm guild leader Zolbeg.
Guild leader.
The Wardens is not that far off away from here. I can lead you there, if you'd like, or you take the time to mingle. It will be up
Mingle.
to you. However, I will be performing an announcement very shortly. Sorry?
We have some people we're carrying.
Yeah.
I see.
Yes, we would kind of want to go in
Then
there.
I'll show you.
He's a bit
Please follow me.
intimidating. I suppose we'd be meeting a lot of
Doctor should be about sometime
different
soon. I've not
people
seen he's away.
compared to
But we have people who are available.
the academy.
With some people, yeah. Oh, I can smell the business coming. Oh, you see all those new people? David? That was your name, right, David? See all those people? They look like they have...
Say, care to look at something real quick?
Maybe real quick. What's up?
Yeah, great. Well, just me and my friend Morshoes somewhere. Just came back from our journey. Got some new stuff coming in. Anything you might be interested in?
Could get lost in here.
I do hope you're not all getting lost now.
No.
There they are.
No.
Please keep close.
Merchants. leaving the others.
Why are they so slow?
They were stopped by a cellar.
Careful. Rocks.
No dirt never hurt anyone.
Very different.
We have some news. Some of them are unconscious. I'm not sure if it's by wound or sleep. If you could look some of them over, that would be helpful.
There's a familiar face. Come along.
Please follow us with me. We will take care of you. I'll be performing announcements in the directions afterwards.
We have Goblin,
What do you say?
Snot, and
It's the man from town.
Fairy Puddle. Which one?
Yeah.
Go ahead, go in. Whatever the bed is open, should be most of them.
Where should we lay Rafa?
On a bed. Just pick one.
Yes, but which bed?
Alright.
They're all three right now.
Right. Okay.
Get over us.
Pause.
So, any symptoms beforehand, or just not waking up?
They not waking up. They seem to have succumbed to the veil.
Yes.
By her words.
Wasn't expecting to see such a familiar face. I
For
know
now,
that I can at least
let
trust
them
him.
rest here. I'll have to speak to the others and review the effects of the veil. Don't want to follow treatments that people without full knowledge. Easily ways to get people poisoned.
This is the first time I
For
see
now, let them rest.
a room so big.
All of you have new people.
I have a feeling most of them might be this way. Medical, I guess.
Unexpected to see you.
I'm assuming everyone is alright.
It's a pleasure.
Has been seen at
Yes.
least.
Doesn't know where you came from.
Good. I know the journeys through the veil are not very comforting, so take this time to rest. And we'll get you all acquainted shortly.
Oh, yes, thank you.
You're good.
Excuse me. Where could I go? Can we, like, south?
I do not believe we have any bathing facilities in the area.
Actually,
Not mistaken.
There's a river.
There is a river.
Right. I'll go to the river.
Take care not to fall in.
Later.
In case I have not already said so, or you have not heard me, I am Guild Leader Zolbeg. I am the one who conducts most of the magic understanding here at the Wardens, as well as teachings if necessary. It's been a short introduction, but this is spit now. If you would want to introduce yourself.
Well, a few of them already know me. Well, I am Flickmont Velstock, apothecary here, and the one who set up the Still Scale Apothecary in the town next to the academy.
There are other guild leaders, but they are currently preoccupied at this moment. But I'm sure they'll come to introduce themselves in time. Within the next 10 minutes or so, I'll be doing an announcement. Make sure that you all have some interaction with our current guild members, or at least those of the town.
Than the one at the academy.
Within the meantime, see to acquaint yourself with the Wardens. You'll have to forgive me, after I'm not one who usually welcomes the new members. That is mostly Wolfric's duty, I would say.
Wolfric.
In any case, I think there is nothing else to be said. So, please meet in the courtyard within 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
That'll be all.
Schedules.
Thank you. Good message.
Tired.
I'm not gonna lie, I probably spent like half that time just in my head, Zoldig, 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 Zoldig. I'm so bad at names.
I want to be there when you fuck up the name and see how he says it.
Don't worry. You probably will be. At the point where I just start calling him Guildmaster, you'll know that that moment in my head has arrived.
You can't say that to me. You know I will actually be menacing about that and say that to him.
Or
Do you
maybe,
really want me
because
to?
I know you know, and then you know that I know that you know, I could be setting up a trap to make you look bad.
Right. I think you're that smart, girl. Right.
Insulting people's intelligence. It's different.
Rude.
We'll make sure to speak with others. Not you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hospital won't be here. Just the supplies. We'll get them treated.
You're here. I'm ready for whatever comes over the horizon. Hi.
Hi.
That sounds very,
Hello, everyone. Is that what you're looking for?
So a lot of people
I'm going to say almost fantastic.
Mr. Gibson at your service? I can assure
Gil
you.
Harrington. Pleasure.
Gale. Fantastic.
Gale.
I'm Jenny.
I run the exchange here, Gale. And the desk, and the kitchen.
Well, should
and the
we
garden,
mingle?
and the library. Of course, no one else is attending. And the training area. That is, I was trying to lead into. Sorry. Could I give you
What was that?
He's the only one that doesn't right now.
Would you just
Let's come back.
yourself?
I mean, no, I would love a bit of a tour. I know Guildmaster said that he'll have an announcement in like 10 minutes or so. I don't know
Oh,
if you can.
well, I'll
fit
wait
that
for
in
that to
the
happen.
time.
I actually have to check some things over here at the drawers and all that. But you're welcome.
If someone
You're
were to
running
run
the
away from
place,
her,
of course. Whatever the guild masters say. and council members. Nice to meet you all. Ma'am, I'm Mr. Gibson. At your service.
Anastasia. You have water.
Anastasia. What was that?
Are we on the right
Water.
No.
Yeah, why? Okay, water, kitchen, this way. Water, over here.
Oh, okay. Feline.
Excuse me, sirs.
Oh,
Good morning.
frog
So, are you holding Mr. Zogbowl's hand?
I appear to be preoccupied.
We were going to be.
Alright, understood, sir. Stay out of it. There's some more orange juice. There's sausages on the end of the table here. There's coffee as well, and probably some tea left. I could pour you some.
We haven't had a proper
Leave
meal
there's a
in
cup of tea.
5 days.
Raz is gonna be
Oh,
excited.
yes, of course. This is all preserved to the day, but
Even shorter.
you know, we have some fresh things. So I could prepare you if you have a preference for something. If we have it, of course. We also have ale, if any of you are seeking anything stronger. But we are running low on that, so the supply is
Understood.
very limited.
Thank you.
They're my knee height.
Go and check on Marcel. If he needs anything.
I am not a beetle.
Hello there.
And your friend.
Stag beetle.
Meat?
Meat.
Too much, silly. Are you presenting me with meat as the phrase is?
I saw you for a second as you stepped around.
Hello? Didn't think we'd see you again.
Good to see you as well.
It's nice to know there's a face that I can trust around here.
We'll see. We only talked a little bit.
Well, you're reliable. It's a good start. Thank you for guiding us here so we could put our friend somewhere more comfortable.
Sorry, he speaks very softly.
Is there anyone else inside the medbay?
One.
Pleasure.
And,
Anishka, is a pleasure to
big
make
more.
the acquaintance of yet another member of the guild.
Okay.
Yes, very good.
My God.
Hello, excuse me.
Right, there. Oh, there he is. Hello, Gobble.
They sell meat at the town market.
I'm good for now. Thank you, though.
Yes.
Okay.
Hello?
Hi. I'm Jenny.
Anna. Nice to meet you.
Anna, nice to meet you.
Colleen, Akuma.
There's a lot more people here than I was expecting to see.
There's not that many. We've got a couple of the villagers around too.
Yes.
I see.
I mean, there's a lot of people. There's just not as many that are like guild members and stuff.
Nice to meet you. My name's Algus.
Oh, of course.
Anna.
Sorry about that. I'm sorry.
Probably be seeing a lot of each other now.
I am groundskeeper here, quartermaster. They might call me. Here at the
Do you have
What was the quiet one's name?
beds where you guys stay? Somewhere if we could just have a moment.
Ophelia, Anna, feeling.
Yes, this one.
Anna. Right.
These are the housing quarters. But we should be out there at some point because Guildmaster is doing an announcement.
Understood. I will just explore for a moment and be out in a second then. Thank you.
Of course.
Just a moment alone. It's alright. Don't appear weak. There's a lot going on. Maybe we'll find another moment by ourselves again soon. Just to sit for a moment in a chair, though.
I would like to gladly welcome you to the Wardens. I do not know the reasons of why you wish to come here, or what you wish to seek. However, this guild means to act as a bond, a collection of outcasts, misfits, and those who have no place in normal society.
Medical?
And in that, we are a brotherhood.
Sleeping quarters?
We must treat each other.
Studies?
Does not mean you must like one another.
They have a nice
Does not
garden.
mean you must get along.
The lizard
But you will
folk.
be sure to
Everyone
fight
seems
by
nice
each
so
other's
far.
side and ensure the continuation of this guild if you seek to keep your place in it. Now, currently we are in the works of trying to find some more quests and things of the nature for you to accomplish as a means to provide the guild some funding and fund yourselves collectively. You may seek what you can of what you can accomplish, or simply stay and mingle and get to know your fellow members. All that I ask is, do not become bothers. I'll keep this short since I'm not much one for speeches. If only Warfolk was here. He handles this much better than I. I mainly will reside in the library. And will keep knowledge for magics.
If I can't find him, I know he's in the library, and I will not be going in there.
Are there any questions? Well, yes.
Sleeping arrangements?
Oh, they're all gonna look over. Oh, okay.
That will be here. These will be your quarters. Simply find a room that is untamed or unnamed, that is, and claim it. You will make your acquisitions with Fabio. Be sure to include your name into a certain list.
Fabio.
That is him over there, behind you. He is also the one that manages most of the quests that we receive and helps with the cooking. Is there anything I'm missing, Spitmark?
Not that I'm aware of at the moment.
Right. So then. Enjoy your day. You are dismissed. That is all.
Have you decided where we're gonna sleep?
No. Okay. I've been here 5 minutes.
Should we do it now then? Maybe.
We should eat something to clear our heads of the veil.
Tack.
Anna? Nice to meet you, Tack.
What kind of... Are you
Anna,
goblin?
Hi. Yeah.
Gobby got it. Gobby.
Yeah. I don't think Raz will have a friend.
What are your names?
I thought the same thing.
No,
My
would be
name's
good.
Gobby. It's nice to
Oh, I
meet
mean,
you.
Do you look like a goblin?
Make sure you eat something, please.
What do goblins look like?
It's a good idea. Like you?
Okay. I'll be ready to help whenever you need it, sir.
Green?
So cute and little.
No flying in here. Have sausage.
Going to get kicked for flying.
Stop. We've been here 5 minutes, Ophelia.
Oh, not beetle. Dog bill fly.
Sockbill. It's the tall,
Hello,
scary...
sorry, I was having the funky issue that VR does that does not allow me to see invites, but now I fixed it.
It's okay.
Can I drop in?
What? Sorry, say that again.
Where can I drop in?
Do you have an invis toggle?
I do.
Okay, so Masa will put you on a bed in the infirmary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go there. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
One day you could be just like him.
Going to leave this for Raz when he wakes up.
Well, after such a long walk.
Cook egg.
Right.
Still quite cautious of this place.
No. Need stick for egg.
Well, if you want me to cook anything for you, let me know. You can watch me naked and then you'll know that it's not unpleasant.
I'm sorry
Oh.
already. Putting the idea in
Of course, it will require some work to settle in, but
It's okay.
I won't always be here to guide every step.
looks
of the way,
really upset.
because you'll need the independence. But welcome to the guild.
Really,
Master,
really upset.
Hello, man.
Archia?
Hello, Anastasia. Nice to meet you.
Right.
You are...
Elena, a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
You as well.
What, did you come with a group this morning from the academy?
Yes. It's a long journey. Hopefully,
Well, I must say, I'm not given to any kind of prejudices, but it is a relief to see one of my own kind here.
It's been a while. For myself as well. Not as many...
Yes, well, I don't carry any of the traditions myself, necessarily. But,
Excuse me.
still. Sorry, Guild Leader.
Oblivious
I'm
to the
sorry,
world.
can I get your name again?
No,
It's taken me some time. What's a new face?
it's alright. Anastasia, but Anna, if it's easier.
Anna. Well, I think that should be quite easy. I could not quite get the name of the young fellow who was wearing the cloak and had the scars. He had the black cloak.
He's a bit new to our party. I've not really talked to him much.
He quite struggled. As did the dragonkin girl, Leon. She seemed quite disturbed at our pronunciation of her name. Oh, well.
We met.
No offense.
Handshake.
Right.
Yes.
Nothing's taken. Oh. See who's awake.
Flora.
Hi.
Good morning. Goodbye.
Okay, back in she
Well.
goes.
Oh. She's very kind.
Is she okay?
Probably
I guess.
very out of it.
That sounds like social apprehension to me.
Oh.
Whoa,
Oh, tag bring food. Tag bring food.
Oh.
Well,
Do you think it's more
Anastasia,
better?
I shall leave you be, get settled, and all that.
Thank you very much.
Fabian,
Hi.
Yes, ma'am.
are your duties settled?
More or less, ma'am. Anything else is just more of a detailed intricacy. Did you need help with anything?
This is the guild. Well, yes, I did,
Uh,
in fact.
We made it. It's
Your friends brought you in.
you
Food,
sort
drink.
of collapsed in the veil. Marcel carried you here, and it's
With
all
his
right.
funny little arms, okay.
They're not that funny.
Cute little one.
No, not little. Tack.
He'll attempt to maul you if you keep calling him little. He does that. Sure.
Love to see him try.
Real quick, but yeah, I can make time for that.
Very well. Yeah, I think that wouldn't be a very good idea.
No.
Handshake.
Leave this for us.
It's a lot taller.
Oh, great. Yeah, I'll be okay.
She's going to fucking stand like a normal person, kind of like rest it next to him in his arms, and she like, rustles his hair or anything or something, something wholesome that's preventing me from doing that now because there's a fucking collider that I forgot to remove. Sorry. Sleepy little goblin. Anna didn't say that.
Name. Don't know. Oh, Anna.
Alright, we're gonna grab some friends.
My name's Flora. You can call me Flora or whatever.
Maybe they're making up their minds on the way down.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
You were saying, sir.
Is that your own entire place?
Oh yes, I was just saying, I finally got the shipment that you requested a couple of letters ago. It's from the Lightning region. You remember, yes?
Of Carbide. Flying.
Oh, yes. I do. There's a shipment. I'm not sure exactly of the product. I do believe Wolfric handled the details of that. But I do recall there being a shipment made.
Yes, I have the crate by my place. I'll deliver it here later, I guess. Don't worry, it's in perfect mint condition, as you always request.
Raz is still asleep. Flora woke up though, so hopefully that means he'll wake up too. soon.
It's very good to be back.
Glad to have you return.
I'm truly sorry, but I would need to get back. Because I feel like I have a bad feeling my shop has been raided by wolves or something like that.
Oh. I thought we fixed the wolf problem.
More? I thought is there
One
more?
did get away, unfortunately.
Oh, that's not good. Yes,
Oh.
Whoops.
Not to mention that little creature running around. What was his name? Gabi?
I believe it was named Gabi, yes.
Yeah.
Are you speaking of the small green jelly bean?
Yes.
Are you following me now?
You like it here?
What's a jelly
I don't know.
Oh.
It's been 10 minutes.
Oh, it's a foreign thing from the Lightning region.
I'm just checking on you. Checking if you're okay. If the veil hasn't taken your mind.
I'm just crazy, remember?
Yeah, well,
Jelly beans, they're very good. Very
I didn't say you're crazy.
It's sort of like a berry, but sweeter. And
They were the same thing.
I didn't mean that you were crazy. I just meant that at that time you seemed like yeah. Why haven't you been sleeping at all? Or very little?
Well, do you really want me to tell you why?
If I can help in any way, I would.
You think you can help?
I don't know if I can help if I don't know what the reason.
I don't think I want your help anymore. I think you've helped enough.
So you're just gonna leave it at that? Just walking away and not talking to me?
What would you rather I do? Just forgive you like nothing ever happened? Like you didn't kill him?
Yes, but you know that he was attacking you. He was manipulating you, Anna.
No, he wasn't.
To get out! he was. You couldn't see it, but I could.
Do you know how close we were? And now it's gone. Completely gone. Not even a chance. All of what we did for nothing.
You. It wasn't for nothing.
It was for nothing. What do we have to show for it?
Our friendship.
A friendship?
I did it for you, Anna. Did you see that he tried to attack you and to kill you behind your back?
I don't know what you're talking
And
about.
I'm not sorry for that. I'm not sorry for protecting you.
Are you sorry?
Because that
for
was
taking
my
his life?
priority. No.
Then get out of my sight.
Sorry, it's a very loud person behind me. What?
I assume you have an ice affinity.
We'll do more of it. Yes, ice and water.
But there was only two others?
Out of my legs. Stop working like certain limiting
I simply wanted to get this
and I thought perhaps a guild like this would assist in those matters.
If you need anything from foreign regions, Mortius your boy. Nice to meet you.
I don't have an appetite anymore.
Nice to meet you too. I cannot move right now, otherwise my leg's gonna go crazy.
Idea. Don't worry, you also got the team everything. So perfectly fine. What's your name, by the way?
My name's Flora.
I appreciate
I'm
your
tomato.
Good.
Hello.
I won't bother you. I simply wish to gather your name.
Anastasia.
So.
Anastasia. Good name. I wouldn't happen to be any others that are up this way, are there?
There's one more up there.
Thank you.
Oh, more so careful, there's someone behind blocking.
Oh, sorry. You need to go in? There you go.
If you do end up going, do be careful.
I'm good.
Cat boy number 2.
Alright.
What's your name?
Huh? No, I told you. Oh,
Maybe if I just keep going this way, you won't notice. I don't want to piss him off more anyway. Think it. Now, watchful eye. talking. Shoot. Parkham's. Okay.
Hello there!
Hello?
Ah, you're a new face. Are you also part of guild?
As of today, yes I am. Is he always like that?
Ah, yes, don't worry. We call him the big kahuna around here. Don't mess with him. Last time, the last person that he messed with, he pointed his finger and then poof! Dust. Very scary. But that's why you respect me.
Got
I'm
it.
sorry, what?
I'm gonna just...
Don't worry, don't worry. Don't mess with him and he won't mess with you. Don't worry, he's a nice guy once you get to meet him.
Right. Hopefully I don't go poof like the last person.
Of course. Remember to
Oh my god.
morbid curiosities.
Well, he's your guild leader. So, good luck.
No, please.
Oh, yes. You're scaring the new people. Be sure to check Morshu's Morbid Curiosities down by the alleyway. We sell lots of good things. Also behind you.
Certainly. Ugh. Right. This way. Soap peel. Soap peel. Soap peel. I'm sure that I have Vinny staring at me from somewhere. All she's gone and done is making me paranoid. And she's not looking. Is that the ocean? Maybe it's not so bad after all. Maybe I can get there from here. I have a lumberyard. The church. I saw the graves earlier. To stay off the path as much as I can. Be plenty of time to explore the main building, but I can only see this until the sun goes down. It looks like palm trees. The ocean. Let's see. I don't want to get sand in my shoes. Maybe heels weren't the best idea. There's fireflies. I wonder how safe we are here. How do we know this isn't any different? We didn't trust each other there. We're supposed to just trust each other here because it's someone new. It's kind of hard to believe that I'm doing all of this without you by my side. I never got to apologize. If I knew, that would have been the last time. But you're not here now. And I don't know what to do. I don't know how to move forward. Flea's not even sorry. After everything we did. time I see her, I just see blood. Your blood. Keeps me up at night. Just another reason to have nightmares, though, right? Suppose this is supposed to be home now. Don't be a stranger. Meet new people. Explore. I think I'll come here when I want to be alone. Next time I'll take my shoes off. Walk around in the sand. It's a large tree. Lots of crystals, just like in the plains. For now, I'll pretend like I don't know. That she's following me. I wonder how far she's willing to make sure it stays a secret. Save that path for another day. I wonder if she's spying on me right now. Making me paranoid. Got to do a count of my gold. How long can we keep Moss out for? Maybe he'll want to drop the contract anyway. We're not exactly, in the same place we were in before. I suppose the threats are still the same. Suppose they could have been trailing us this whole time anyway.
Greetings, miss. Anything that piques your interest?
Not quite. What do you sell, though?
Well, currently I'm doing some fabrics, some clothing, some attire of sorts. Got some from a couple of different regions. That blue cloth over there is from Setsuna, and a couple from the Earth region. Nice little plated action over there. Got some nice material. I think I just got some fabric as well. One of the new people, I think, Flora, bought a whole giant wool blanket. It was expensive.
I was just thinking it might be time to trade out some heels for some proper attire, but I'll have to count how much coin I have before I purchase. Perhaps we can talk again soon.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good.
I can buy it for you.
No. Thank you.
Right, miss. Oh, that's good. You're the one who's been, flying around, right? Does it not get, cold up there in the sky? Really? Otherwise, you'll never get a sale.
Oh, you're on the ground now. Good, you look like a freak stalking her.
Interesting. It's not what I expected. That's a lot of stairs. Can get even taller. Looks bigger on the outside. Everything's just too tall for me. Not that that's anything new. Don't like standing in the doorway though, or in high places. Afraid of heights, remember? I forgot. I wonder if there's a back entrance. Those training dummies. I suppose some things are the same. It is a guild after all, I suppose.
Anastasia, we are conducting sparring, if you would wish to join us and, well, observe.
I think I impressed him.
Congratulations. Maybe he won't go poof like the merchants told me.
What?
Wait, go.
Apparently he's, done that to people. Or they just... smithereens.
Love that. Love that
Oh.
knowledge.
It's a
Maybe
bit
that's
scary.
a bad thing. He got his attention.
I mean, yeah, that's a little.
It's a little terrifying.
That's a lot terrifying.
I mean,
Lots.
he probably wouldn't do that to like the guild members though. For like allies and friends and
You know him as well as I
employees,
do.
technically. That is true. Well, I wanted to go see Akume. There's actually a little cat girl.
Welcome back. If you'd like. Just get him to trust me. It's quite scary.
You try to remain on this plane of existence while you're fighting. That's 1-1.
Going to spook him away.
Grab it.
Here comes Feline.
Wonderful.
Where you were. Also, as long as I'm certain that you were.
Oh, sorry.
That's 2.
Okay, good.
She's small, but she packs a punch even against the new guy.
Grab a hammer.
Do not get locked in with him. You're so much bigger to me. Come on.
I know it's cheating, but that's me times
All right.
anyways.
That's enough. Well, I would say that there was 3 hits counted, but seeing as Janine has been knocked down, that would mean Akume is the victorious.
You can have it. Ah. No, it was fun. We'll do it again sometime. And I promise I won't use magic as much.
No.
Oh.
Okay. I've been in magic before.
Bilbo. Ah.
Well done. Are there any others I wish to spar? You try them luck. Don't be shy.
If not,
It is fine. Do you know, though, that here, as we are a guild, combat will be expected of you if necessary, if you wish to take upon certain missions. It will be important that you get training in, be it magic or physical.
Yes.
You have the dummy at your disposal.
I definitely need to
Small set of arms.
get physically stronger, along with magically stronger.
Down that way.
I am convinced that I am the
I hope
weakest
this can
link.
provide you with ample aptitude to train. No.
Very scary.
I'm curious. Your travels in the Vale. How do they fare? At least the ones that are newly arrived.
A lot longer than we thought they were going to last. I couldn't tell if they were lost or not. Sure felt like they were
This
lost.
tends to occur.
I believe to have been there for a few days before I met them. I had been stalking a
adventure to hunt. And that's when I met up with their group.
He waves. Interesting.
I see. Well, we'll try to do well to avoid the veil going forward, unless absolutely necessary. Not necessarily a place that I would want any of our members to be residing in. However, it will be your job to aid the townspeople in quests regarding anything that they need completed. Fetch quests, combative, whatever is necessary. The guild needs to prosper on, and as such, we need to complete what is done so that we have the funding to do so.
I have similar morals than the academy did, so it would be easy enough to follow, I guess.
I believe I'll leave you all to your own devices. Seeing as there's no need
I really did almost forget how green the trees were outside of the veil.
train if you wish, train if you do not. Matters little to me. Just do not kill one another. I'll be in the guild hall if need be.
Great.
Here, give it to me.
That was nice. For a short while.
I think there was food in the
I have a shooting range too. I have my dagger. Perhaps I should consider being more long-ranged. I'm not physically capable. Might be better for me. In the long term. I mean, really. Couldn't be that hard, right? There's a tree growing on that table. Fuck. Damn it. He explores quickly. lots of flowers here. Curious. Hopefully they won't be too mad at me for prying. He did go this way, didn't he? It's an interesting pass. Oh. Looking at you hurts my face. So we will have to choose rooms at some point. Roommates again. At least that's also something familiar, although completely unfortunate, given our current circumstances. That way to the guild hall. That way. I wonder how easy it would be to just leave and never come back. Not that I really want to do that. I don't know where I'd go anyway. Oh, there's the beach. Really did come full circle. Good to know. Slowly mapping this place out.
Here, hold this.
What? Okay. Why am I holding this? Why?
I thought it was funny.
I'm glad something amuses you. I've noticed, trust me. She's not very stealthy.
Well, something else amused me, seeing her do that, that's for sure.
It's annoying. Being treated like a toddler.
But it's not the other way around. Just realized where I was going.
You know, someone who is good at stealth is you, though. I feel like one moment I see you and the next you're gone.
Yeah, and while you suck at stealth.
Well, not exactly a stealthy individual.
Yeah, hiding between buildings.
Keep from talking. Well,
You may have avoided her, but... Wow, you stuck out like a sore thumb on land.
she was the only person I was trying to avoid. If I wanted to hide from you, I certainly could. I did, actually.
You think you can hide from me?
Probably, if you give me enough time.
Sounds like a game.
Well, perhaps we can play sometime.
Okay, don't get ahead of yourself.
It doesn't sound like fun to you. It's like hide and seek.
What's hide and seek?
Well, people hide, and someone finds them. Hide and seek.
There's no knife involved.
No?
Oh. Kind of reminds me of an old game I used to play back when I was still a kid. It sounds similar to what this whole hide and seek thing.
Right?
Except we didn't call it hide and seek. We called it assassinate. Sometimes, one person would be the assassin, and the others would be the VIP. And sometimes it'd be the other way around. Where it'd be a bunch of assassins against one VIP. And the winner is decided if their VIP can survive all the assassins. It's good fun.
And the loser?
Well, the loser the point of it was to engage in a fight. And whoever loses, well, they take a beating. 'Cause that's the game. Not for punishment, but that would be the quote-unquote surviving the assassin. Either that or hiding. So truthfully, you can win two ways.
Mm.
Be a good fighter or be a good hider. Or a talker. Can you talk your way out of this hide and seek?
Probably. You could convince the person not to, quote, find you. Let you keep hiding. I don't know why they would allow it, but perhaps if you could trick them for some reason.
But that would defeat the purpose of seeking.
Right. Which is why that individual would be stupid for letting someone talk them out of finding them.
And assassinate, we'd take the role of other people. See if we could talk our way out of not getting stabbed or beaten.
Sorry.
There was a knife involved.
Did people die playing your version of the game?
Occasionally.
Was it
See,
you?
when did I die?
Did you kill?
Luckily not. But I've seen it happen. See, when two people get in a fight, they sometimes forget about the world around them. And then they just continue punching and stabbing. And before you know it, it's too late. Guy's either mangled or beat to pulp or carved up. Those remind me back at the academy.
I'm not quite sure what they are, but I assume that they are unharvested mana crystals.
Yeah. They look a lot more crude. Have you been talking to her at all?
Talking is a very kind way to put it. Got into a shouting match on the roof, I guess.
Ooh, did people hear?
No. Not that I know of, anyway. Are you, feeling better?
No.
You look better than you did this morning, at least.
The veil fucked with my head.
Were you hearing voices too?
No.
Then what was it? You said that strangely.
Don't go asking questions you aren't prepared to hear the answer for.
I wouldn't have asked if I didn't want to hear.
I didn't see or hear anything.
I never said you saw anything, Muzzo. You did, though.
What did you see?
I saw a lot of blood.
What's that?
It's the short version. This isn't show and tell. I'm just checking on you.
I'll be fine.
I know. You always are. Can't help but worry, though. It shouldn't be a surprise to you.
I don't need you worrying about me.
Oh, but let me just turn that off in my brain. Maybe it'll just go away. It's not that simple.
I think it is.
You don't know.
I hate to remind you, but remember, you're paying me.
I haven't forgotten. In fact, I was going to look at my wallet when we got a room later. See how long I can even keep you quiet.
You might want to rephrase that.
I said what I meant. I assume you're sharing the room like we did before. If you want to, you don't have to.
That's the arrangements, after all.
I'd feel better if you were there anyway.
It's gonna be a little harder. That's not impossible.
Do you ever regret taking it?
No. Easiest 22 silver I ever got in my life.
I understand.
I literally have to do nothing and wait for something to happen.
So it's still just about the money then? suppose I shouldn't have gotten my hopes up. That's not what he signed up for.
You know, I told her to do that.
What?
Give you that horn.
Why?
Well, for one thing, I was really pissed at her. Thinking she can order me around. The damn princess.
So it doesn't matter to you if others get hurt in the process?
You're standing, aren't you?
For now.
No. What is Feline gonna knock you down with her petty words?
She can try. Probably won't be hurt. Listen, all I'm saying is that... I don't know. Perhaps I was a little hopeful that you'd care enough not to let your affairs with others get people hurt, was all. I suppose that's my fault for having expectations.
Yeah, it is.
I suppose I don't mind too much, though. As you said, I'm still standing. Words are words. They don't mean much by the end of the day. Not from her, anyway.
I also did it. I gauged the situation.
Are you curious?
Yeah. Something new was added to the table. I saw something I thought would never happen. After all that tough talk of how much you trusted her, who wouldn't be curious?
That was before she stuck her claws through Kyan's chest. How can I be so sure that she won't do the same to me?
Well, for one thing, you wasn't trying. You're not trying to kill her.
He wasn't trying to kill her either.
Do you know that?
I do.
Do you?
I know that.
You don't know that, you think that.
I don't want to sit here and believe that that was the last of his intentions. I don't want to believe that his intentions were to kill either one of us. That's all I've got left. He was trying to get out. To get his soul back. That's it. That's all it was. Just looking
Show
for
me some
you.
pretty ugly
Me.
thing.
What?
Who's looking?
Feline. I just saw her. Look. Stop it.
She's willing to follow you. Watch over you. Try to talk to you. Even knowing full well what she's done. You're pretty blessed, you know that.
I know.
You know that, yet you're treating her like that.
It's not like I can just overlook exactly what she did. I don't know how I'm supposed to look her in the eye and not see what she did. Good or bad. After everything that we tried to do. We were so close. It doesn't matter now. He wasn't.
Do you hear me? He was gonna die anyway.
You don't know that?
I do know that.
And what makes you so sure?
'Cause I was gonna kill him.
Why?
Back in the apothecary. With Spickmont. I told you to go ahead. I asked Spickmont for something. Specific. My original intention to go with you on that mission was to get this power of this, whatever that spirit stuff is, for myself. That night taking him down. Then I would have tricked you all over again. You have a power I don't. She has a power I don't. He had a power I didn't have. Of course I want something I don't have. But it became more apparent to me the more you came back. You go in the wake of night. Come back as a former shell of yourself more than usual. If he wasn't gonna kill you, then you were slowly killing yourself. So yeah, he was gonna die. Whether it was me, whether it was Felina or me. I can't understand why she fully wanted to do it. But she made a choice. She saw you come back. Each day more depraved. And so, she killed them. full well knowing that you would hate her.
I sort of expect those things from you. Didn't really expect it from her.
I was impressed, too. Didn't know she had it in her. But she does it for a different reason. She thought you were in danger. And so she knew she had to make a hard decision. The curse of being loved so much.
God, it hurts. Fix my full fucking body. It's not that simple. Damn it. I know that already. I don't know how to deal with it. I can't help it. I can't help that every time I see her face, I just see there's blood everywhere. I tried so hard to believe. It wasn't true. I can't take losing anyone else. It was the first thing I had that was good, and it was ripped from me like it was nothing. And I expect those things from also, but that doesn't mean I want to hear them. Because that only means he wanted to use me and Kyan anyway. And how do I know that's not the real reason he accepted the job in the first place? Damn it. Fuck. I'm gonna be sick. Damn it. Fuck. That was good. That was really good. I lost snot in my nose now. I'm actually going to respawn. Where have you been? Over there.
Have you been crying?
No.
Just so you know, Anna, I won't leave you alone. I'll try my best, always, to get our friendship back.
Did Mosa send you over here?
I haven't seen Mosa for a long time. I haven't speak to him. Why would Mosa send me over here to talk to you?
It doesn't really matter. He confuses me a lot, you know? And 1 second he's amused by what's going on, and the next he's trying to help.
Right. I quite don't understand Marcel myself, I would say.
Why are you
So I
being
can't
so
tell you.
gentle at the moment?
Because I don't want to give up this friendship, I've told you.
You're not babying me.
I'm never gonna give up. I'm not. I just want to talk. I'm worried about you. You haven't been sleeping. I don't know what to do to get you back.
Come on.
Sorry.
I don't feel like talking in the middle of a town that we just met.
Right.
Of course.
Hello there. Greetings, you do.
Evening. Hello.
Hi.
How do we... That's not the path I thought it was. You've made me paranoid, you know.
And why is that?
Every time I look in the sky, I see you up there, I can't help but look. I must have looked 50 times today.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be following you. I just wanted to make sure you were right.
You did mean to. No matter what your intentions were, that you did mean to.
I just want you to be alright again. I want it to be back to normal.
I've never known normal, Feline. I don't know what that is. All I know is that a piece of it is gone. For one reason or another, it's gone.
Why does it have to be gone?
Because he's dead.
I know, but did you care about him that much? Did you love him?
Oh my god. Holy shit. I'm getting there. Not ready for that yet. Holy shit. I didn't love him. Like everyone seems to think that I did. Or like people seem to think that he did. But you have to understand. That was the first ounce of anything good that I'd ever had.
But Anna,
I know.
He wasn't himself.
I don't want to hear it. I know he wasn't himself. I think part of me was trying to make sure that the last piece of him that was left was good. But it wasn't. And I knew that. But every time I look at you, I see blood on your claws. The veil made sure to ingrain that image in my head every night. And you're out of touch with comfort.
No, but this is just half up to the parapet. You walk along the wall and
I never
the place to set up guards and cross for the man.
tried to comfort or
Through here, nothing. Don't go in that door.
a
It's road to
person.
hell.
I'm bad at it. I'm sorry, but
Why
I'm
are-
trying my best here.
Were you wanting to go all the way up these stairs? Because I've already let you all halfway. Oh, there we are.
I have no notion of how far we should go up. I just want to make sure that those in the roof are alright.
Oh, right.
Do you want to go
Somebody
somewhere
might have
else?
fallen to their
We
death.
can be alone.
Alright.
I don't want to.
Hello, Mrs.
What do you want?
We grew quite concerned as there was no guardrail here. I'm not sure if some...
I
Yeah.
got her.
Hi, good point. I did not happen to see you in the window with her. I can actually barely see her. But, alright, well, glad you have
Well,
reinforcement there.
Are you quite alright up here, Anna?
I'm fine. Having a
Takes you.
conversation.
Flies
Okay.
away.
What the fuck? Jesus Christ.
If there's a forest fire, it wasn't my fault.
Right.
You know, I was getting to that part.
I saw it. Do you want to kill yourself?
Sometimes.
Anna.
That's not what that was, though.
Please don't have those thoughts. What can I do to... I don't know how to comfort people. I've never had to deal with this before. I think I did the right thing. Oh, people everywhere. Can't be alone.
I just wanted to see if you'd catch me.
Of course I would catch you. I would always catch you. Please don't have those thoughts. Anna. I'm still here. You haven't lost me, even though you can say everything in the book to me. You haven't lost me. I'm here.
I know. I'm very loved. I don't know how to look you in the eye anymore. I think that's still a process that I'm trying to understand.
What can I do to make it better? Should I close my eyes? Like I can, like...
It's not what I meant. I think it's just going to take time. It's been a little over a month since everything. And
I know.
Until the nightmares let up. And they decide to choose something else to torment me with, it's just going to be a little hard.
It's the veil that's messing
It's
with
not the
everybody, and
it helped. It helped the nightmares, but I've always had them anyway. Even before you. before him. It's just part of living.
What is tormenting you, Anna? What else is tormenting you?
It sounds like a conversation for another time, really.
Alright.
I have to ask, though. Do you really not regret your actions at all?
Either you'll see Marcel.
You went in that place.
Right.
The guild hall.
If he runs off somewhere else, let us know. He just decided to use a hammer and test it against someone's skull in the village.
Of course he did. And to answer your question, no, I don't. Because I was meant to save you. But I am sorry for making you feel more pain. I didn't know that would be the case.
I'm surprised. I thought you knew how much all of this meant. But at least I can be grateful that you won't lie to me. I don't want you to give me answers just because I want to hear them.
Yeah.
I don't like being babied or followed. If you're going to follow me, I'd rather you just do it bluntly.
I wasn't on the boat.
Hello?
And you were here. And
Hello here.
Hi. Well, that is quite the adventure.
Very interesting.
I suppose it isn't so bad, yeah. Very cool.
Have you eaten?
Fabian. Yes,
No.
What?
There was a frog on the food. I kind of didn't want to eat it after that.
Well, there's what's left on the table.
Did you say concussed?
What I prepared.
Do you have any
Eat something.
chicken? Sal hit him in the head with a hammer.
I'm sorry. Who's concussed?
Sal hit Morshu with a hammer.
Well, Miss O'Gilly, would you like some chicken?
I no longer have chicken, miss.
Mentioned companionship. This is not what I know.
No, not so much.
God damn it.
Good and fresh.
God damn it.
Oh.
Miss Anastasia, would you like anything to drink?
What's that?
Yeah, she just found out.
It's very sponge.
I'll have whatever you please.
Is it alcohol?
It's a cider. It's alcoholic, yeah. Aye.
Is it free?
As long as you're a guild member here, it'll be, you know, anything we do is all pulled together at the end of the month. For sake of simplicity, it's free, yes.
Thank you.
Oh, you're just gonna...
Yeah.
Alright, you can take this one, I suppose.
Thank you.
Right.
When
Miss,
is
would
the
you like
ball
anything to drink? It's open now. It's actually
No.
open all day. But, oh.
The bar. Is a bar
Oh.
in town.
I have no clue. Actually, I've been avoiding that place for a while.
I'm gonna try to teach him how to repair his own equipment, hopefully, so he can help his other fellows.
Good. It was a good craft. Carry on then.
Right.
you want to be here?
I suppose. I imagine they're all the same anyway.
Mm. Quite a small beds, aren't they? How am I gonna fit?
Pick a side.
I don't mind either way.
Alright, claimed. Something's telling me it's about to be evening.
Gotcha. Do you wanna sit here? Do you wanna go out? The bar is probably open soon, I would reckon. Better than this. Doesn't smell good.
I didn't realize you
Probably
were
better alcohol.
picky with alcohol.
Well, I like strong ones. That has aged good. And this one has not aged good.
Well, you can throw it away if you like.
Didn't you?
I did, but I figured it might not pair very well with an apple.
Mm.
Well, I picked the room. It's one thing off our to-do list.
Yeah.
Straight, left slant, right slant, X. Straight, left slant, right slant, X. Perfect. And I got one more to do. Right slant,
Do
X.
you and Gale know each other well?
And then once you get to here, then you
Fairly cool page, so new members.
Do you want me to take the hammer, or are you doing a thing with the hammer? I got it. Are you stealing the hammer?
Between Ophelia and her companion.
Are you sure you're not stealing the
I'm
hammer?
sorry.
Would you like chair?
You didn't answer
Oh, I can take this one. It's fine.
Too small.
No. Wait. Why?
Well, I mean, are you gonna stand or like it's small, but you know.
Going to see if that villager that Mosau hit needs medical attention.
Get some bigger chairs.
I didn't like it where it was.
Right.
I mean, okay, but you know, that's somebody's hammer. What about when they come looking for it?
again, miss.
Hello. I heard that one of you were hit with a hammer.
Yes, Morshu. He just got hit in the hammer, and he started like, he was seeing like quadruplets. He was seeing mean fives and Floran fives, and then
Has he received
I don't.
medical attention?
I think he wants that later. He went.
House.
Yes, he went back to bed for now.
I see. Well, so much for that, I suppose. If he comes back through here, Marcel, the cat, be careful, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna run away. Like that was that would happen out of nowhere. That was. We were just talking, and then all of a sudden, just like bam, and then he attacked David. Oh, like it's something like I played one note or something.
Apparently, Morshu may have overcharged for an ocarina earlier, and your friend wasn't exactly happy about that.
I see. Well, it'll be an interesting conversation to have with him later, then. For future reference, new here, I'm a medic, if you need help.
Oh, okay.
I was hoping to, make his acquaintance, help him out a bit, but I'll check on him tomorrow, see if he's able to get out of bed.
His house is like the way lone one near the gate entrance, covered with flowers, on the opposite road.
It's the one isolated in the field.
Yeah.
Understood. Well, thank you for the information. And as I said, be careful. It's a bit unexpected, unpredictable.
Just don't mess with Marcel. He's kind of an idiot. This is a shop.
Looks like it. Doesn't look very open, though.
Knock, knock, knock. No. Can I ask that? What did Marcel say to you?
Why don't you ask him yourself? See how that goes.
I would believe that it's not going well, but I will.
Well, from what I've understood, he'll be rooming with us again. Plenty of opportunity to talk to him.
Right. Why does he have to bunker with us again?
'Cause I'm paying him.
I've told you that I can pay for him.
No. I am paying for him. I am paying for you. Paying for myself.
Excuse me. I hope I am not interrupting. I have a request. Seeing as you are the only one capable of flight, Felin, I am hoping that you may assist me. You see, I am in need of a silver quail. Not of the bird specifically, but the feather. Be able to catch one. I am sure to reward you for your efforts. But all I need simply is for you to keep your eye out for one. Can you do
Why
that?
would you need one?
Well, it's for a special occasion. I wouldn't want to spoil.
Right. Well, I guess I will look out for it. Since you're the guild leader and all, and I need to listen to you.
Oh, well, don't let that be the only reasoning, but it would be appreciated if you could.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful. That is all. Thank you.
Interesting.
He's pretty scary.
He is. Do you think so?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sorry, I was mumbling something.
I guess he would
I don't know if
smoke
goblins. All right. No food even.
No.
Well, around makes all drinks much better. Very well. All right.
And then she gave the ocarina to Masao. Masao's response to this was, okay, I'm gonna go hit the fucking shopkeep over the head with a hammer. Hi, guys.
Great first day.
Yeah, it's great. The shopkeep's fine. The guild leaders are dealing with Masao. I just wanted to tell as many people as possible, because, you know, that's fucked.
Yeah.
Problems happening yet again.
Well,
Hmm.
it's not unexpected that he does stuff like this.
Not entirely. No.
Good hearing. He's very elastic. He's buoyant. He's a lot of things, that goblin.
Well, I am not about to let.
At least I know he's not in here right now. This place is a mess.
I'm sorry. You put a dead fish on one of our beds?
Yeah, fair. Save it for later.
Right. Okay. Sure. What of a wild headache. I feel I must investigate what else you have.
He's going to investigate a fish in a bed.
Welcome to the Wardens.
Fish bed.
But it's more fish now.
Do you like fish?
Tasty.
Is that your favorite?
I know this one. I know this. I do not know you, but you join them later on that journey as well, somewhere in the real.
If you're not sure, you don't have to answer.
What'd you ask him?
What his favorite food was. I thought that would be an easy one. He's been stuck on that for a few minutes.
Do you have something that doesn't taste like this?
I would hope none of our
Okay.
meals do. But
That's a good
I
answer
don't
too.
know.
We'll figure it out while we're
Would you
here.
like
There's so much to explore, including food.
Pork, fish.
Hell yeah.
No.
Goblins are friends, not food.
So no to any of that.
In books, I'm not food either.
Please don't eat Raz.
We have.
Or any of the small
Or
ones.
anyone else for that matter.
Yeah.
If they can talk and think, don't eat them.
Oh, alright.
Please do not eat your fellow members.
I'm Mr. Gibson.
Or the villagers.
Pretty funny.
Not even.
Not sure.
It's not a.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
Feline.
Yes.
Feline.
There you go.
I see.
Yes.
I'm having a hot.
Well,
Funny.
I'll be marking your name down in the book down there.
Right.
No.
Not if so
Yeah, I get it. It didn't land. I'm sorry.
Well,
I mean, I don't know. Like,
Room 14.
what if he takes everything literally? Do you take everything
Well,
literally?
I will be taking record of that as well, but of course you can do it on your own time.
I don't think he knows what that means, so I think the answer is yes.
Welcome to the Wardens
That's what I'm worried about. This is what I'm talking about.
I'm Mr. Gibson.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's cool.
Fabio is completely
And he's got like the interesting collar thing with the spikes and the doom. But like, I don't know. I don't know anything about spirits. I'm sorry. I know this is your friend. I'm like sort of trash talking them right in front of him. That's not what I mean to do.
I got more.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna shut up now before I make trouble for myself.
We must be right in this world. We must be able to hunt down those who do wrong. Bring them justice.
Liking that then?
were you injured?
Me?
Yes.
Oh, I mean, I kind of hit my hand a bit with a thumb. I hit my
With your
thumb
thumb?
with a hammer.
No, you hit your hand with your thumb.
So you
Yeah,
sure
I
you're
hit my
not?
hand with my thumb.
You didn't hit your head.
No.
You're not sure.
I mean, okay, yeah. Like when I cut down the tree, there was a bit of.
For anyone that was interested, the kitchen closes in 20 minutes. 20 minutes kitchen closes.
20 minutes.
The kitchen closes in 20 minutes.
They
Right?
said there was a bar in town. I don't know when that's open, but I'm going to that one.
Did you hear me, sir?
It seems. It seems I am in abundant company for the business of dispatching unsavory milk contents. I am perfectly fine. Not.
Well, what do you expect
Just
the work
reminding
of
you.
a guild such as this to be?
Snacks.
Yeah. the bar open? And is Mao gonna open it?
So that's just if she wants to play her NPC. Otherwise, we'll need NPCs to run it. If you want to see if any of them are interested.
Should I ask Mao first, or?
That's up to you. Whatever you are most comfortable with.
She's not NPC in any other channels. I can't ask.
Yeah. Could ask an NPC if they're interested.
Yes. I could do that. I'd do that now.
Are you the one that tends the garden?
Oh, no, I just saw something, so I figured I might as well do it.
Somebody's gonna do it.
It's better not to have all the veggies and hard work everyone put into die.
Hammer.
As soon as I can start a compost pile.
Hammers are good.
Do you need help?
Oh, no, I just finished up. There wasn't too many, me and Fabio pulled some out earlier.
Oh, that's an axe.
I'd like to help if you ever need any extra hands.
It's the sharpest hammer I've ever seen.
Of course, I'll keep that in mind.
Well, kinda.
Wow.
If you hit him with the side of it, I guess it could kind of be a hammer.
This is honestly.
Question, Yui.
Why am I going into the wall? Alright, there we are.
Yeah.
Did you say something to me?
Can I have
You mean the bar by the market,
I
right?
just said excuse me, I had a giant hammer in my
Like the bar that we were in. I don't.
I see.
Mm.
I'm surprised you can carry that. I certainly couldn't.
Oh. Thank you.
Alright. I do not believe we have been introduced, by the by.
Ah, yes. So we have it. Inigo Devon. Nice to meet you.
Inigo or Indi?
Anna.
Yes.
I know it's none of my business and we only just met today. But was she harassing you up there?
No. We were just trying to find a place to talk.
I see. It did have the kind of impression that she was perhaps cornering you on that ledge.
I don't think that she could hurt me. I don't think she wants to hurt me anyway. Flying off the tower was not on my list of things I wanted to do today, but, well, we're both alright. I suppose that's what matters.
Yeah, well, on that matter, I was wondering, seeing as how you two appear to be rather acquainted with each other, I seem to have gotten off on the wrong foot with Miss Flynn.
Right, she's
Do you happen to know how I could put it right?
She's a bit particular in how she's approached. I've never really met anyone who... let's see, have you tried apologizing for whatever it is that upset her?
Well, it was more of a misunderstanding. You see, she thought I compared her to a chicken.
I see. That's, not what I was expecting. I guess
Well, we were having a discussion about her wings and such like, and I was rather surprised when she said she could fly. And that I had suspected it was more like a chicken, because chickens have wings and they cannot fly.
Right.
Well, the metaphor got a bit out of hand.
My understanding, since knowing Feline, is that dragonkin are quite prideful, especially in their appendages. Perhaps
right.
Catering to that pride might help get on her good side, but that's only an idea.
Do you have any suggestions?
Well, she enjoys her horns, and I guess maybe a compliment to her wings not being akin to a chicken. Maybe that they are strong.
Oh, yeah.
I've never had this problem before.
I suppose I could give it a try.
I apologize if it doesn't go the way we are hoping it goes. She's a bit unpredictable sometimes with her reactions to things.
Well, I did have a line of inquiry about horns. I was speaking to the other dragonkin about it. How and that they have the horns, and perhaps when they're... Well, that when they're sleeping, that they tear up their pillows and the like. As a sort of introduction to make them feel more comfortable. Feel like they're seen.
That could work. See how it goes.
Speaking of traditions, where the pillows are being torn.
Not quite, just of the horns of the dragonkin and how they sleep and such like.
Well, I would do surely hope that they could know to not do such here, as we don't like.
Yes, are you on your way to the tavern?
I believe I will be making a stop there. Not exactly to drink, but I found it to be...
Yes, well... Do you remember last time when we had to help you through the door? Are you gonna be alright this time?
I'll be fine. Yes.
Very well, Guildmaster. If you need any help, just let me know.
Of course.
Well, rather humorous seeing him go through things short dark.
I only see him as intimidating. He, it's not like anything I've ever seen before.
Well, there's no need to intimidate it. He is a guild leader after all. And well, I can show you something rather humorous if you look over here. He flies a little too high and leaves scratches in the poke. From his helmets and shoulders and the like.
Does he... I can't imagine he doesn't notice.
Well,
Maybe he doesn't care.
We did have a bit of a conversation about it, but I find it rather humorous.
Oh, well...
And once you can laugh, then I think you can put the fear aside. At least a little.
You trust them? At least the guild leaders. I don't expect everyone to trust everyone.
Well, I can only speak for Zog, seeing as how he was the first one I met. And yes, I do trust him. He seems a dependable fellow.
And the others? You're not sure?
Well, the others I'm unsure, but Joe seems like a likable enough fellow. Speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil needs
Well,
help
Joe.
here.
Yeah.
Hello?
Well, I was just talking about how yous, how I have trust in you and the other guild leaders. This is, Anastasia.
Anna, if you'd rather.
Pleasure to meet you, I'm Joe.
Nice to meet you. Is that?
I'm in charge of things like construction and him
Mr. Joe.
and
Oh.
Is that blood?
3 to 4 months now.
now it's paint. Fig's pretty good with the brushes now. She turned 5.
Honestly, I'm not
Your
newer than some of the people here.
daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, very perceptive, Miss Anastasia.
I can't imagine having any other company at that young for any other reason, unless you've got some hobbies that we shouldn't talk about.
What?
What do you mean?
No, she's also pretty good like a chisel.
Might as well.
Yeah.
Quite a gift. Quite a daughter as well. How's her studies in math going?
Guess if you want to get fancy about it, then
Yeah, she's smarter than me in math already.
Good.
Well, ain't that
I'll have to
something?
bring her down here again. She can help me out with the taxes.
plenty of land
You-
to explore.
That was a joke, sir. Of course, I would not make your child do labor without paying her.
Why, yeah.
She got her working on the farm. She watches the dog.
Well, Guildmaster and Miss Anastasia, I had to take my leave for just 1 moment, but I'm sure I will see you again for drinks.
But, well, you know I'll be down at the tavern.
Yes, well, I shall see you there. I saw Zog head down. He was still all decked out with his spikes and the like.
And, doesn't happen too often.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
Must because people didn't have the really
where'd you go?
skills to outrun me.
Sorry, sir.
I believe-
was having a bit of a condition.
They were a lucky couple.
Hello. Yes.
I'm quite enjoying myself.
well, I shall join you again shortly. Excuse me.
Yes.
Is Zog or everyone approved of reinforcing the door frame? Yep.
For what reason? For him. Walking through.
For Zog. He keeps scratching up the sides.
I also have to go visit the stonemasons, as is because he has requested a bigger door frame here for him.
Denied. Tell
Oh,
him
yeah,
to just float up there. We don't have the funds for that right now.
I thought he was a.
With all
Yes,
the talk
sir.
of
I will
Rome,
let him know.
I very much want to visit. Everyone is talking about it.
I'll be
Everyone is
one.
Alright.
Tired. I don't want to mingle any longer. I want to go to that spot again. I wonder if there's any wildlife out here that could kill me. Yeah. Probably not. Maybe. Probably not. I don't really feel much better. She was so cruel. At least she didn't lie to me, I guess. It's hard enough to face her. I'd rather she didn't become a liar too. It's not fair what you said, Mozelle. How dare you? How dare you make me feel guilty when I'm not sure what I'm supposed to feel? Really stupid part of me really hoped that maybe I'd cracked your surface, even just a little bit. And I've always appreciated your honesty, but it really hurts sometimes. But I know that you don't care. It's all about the money. It always has been, and I'm a fool to think that maybe you cared just a little bit. Is it a crime for me to feel that way? I'm not sure. It'd probably make me feel like it was, though. I really am hopeless, you know. Even knowing all of that. I won't give up on you. I've seen sides of you that are gentle. I think I can uncover more of that over time. I've just got to earn it first, I think. You're surrounded by a lot of darkness. Both of you are. Maybe I can be a light. It's the least that I can do after being such a burden, right? Where did I put my camera? You can heal everyone except yourself. can see the stars much better from here. It's good. I can at least wrap my gold around my waist. Because I know my knife is scuffed too. Is there a lot of people at the tavern? There's a lot of people at the tavern. Things are bound to be a bit awkward between the two of us for a little while. I wish I could snap my fingers and be back to normal. I don't know how to do that, though. Perhaps nursing the nightmares away might be a good start. Goes back to town. Perhaps the path forward. This is right. This looks familiar. I remember the overgrown flowers on the path. There we are. Everything is so big here. We were so confined back at the academy. Not as much room to roam without fear. Especially not with the problem that we're facing currently. But perhaps if I've been able to wander alone all this time, by myself, that they haven't caught up to us yet. We did have quite a tricky trail to follow. Jumping from ship to ship and town to town just to get here. Perhaps they didn't want to come through the veil. I suppose I can't hardly blame them for that. Perhaps it bought us a little bit of time. Maybe it didn't. suppose we'll find out. Eventually. I should write to Dyer, now that I'm here. Let him know we got here safely. Tell him what happened. Maybe I won't tell him that Feline did it. What was that, huh? Not at the tavern with everyone else?
No. Not with Feline.
No. I just needed
Well,
space to
seemed
think.
to have made off with the outfit.
It's in my hands. I was in the ocean.
I'll wait out here.
Are we going somewhere?
Remember our routine. You check.
Oh, that's right. I nearly forgot. One moment. Hello? Anyone in here?
Floyd sleeps on that hammock there. Well, wouldn't it be crazy if someone else was actually in this room and we didn't know?
It would be crazy. I distinctly remember putting a plate of food on that cabinet over there for you, and it's gone now. Did Feline?
Are you sure?
I'm very sure. Let me just double check one moment.
I'm sorry I'm being such an obstacle to you.
You're so freaking huge. It's not fair. Give me some inches. From me, damn it.
Just... yeah, fine.
No, I'm not.
Say you have it. Fine, go get it.
Either housekeeping took it or Feline ate it.
I'll kill her.
For meat?
Yeah, I killed the last.
Fair enough. That's for you. It's meat and potatoes. You don't need to eat the potatoes. I don't know if you eat vegetables. My feet don't even touch the floor. I'm not going to poison you.
Alright, what do you want? You want a couch? You're already sitting on one.
No, that's not what I was... Well, sit. This is our new normal. So, sit down. Please.
Right.
Did you eat the meat that I brought in earlier?
What? No?
Okay. Maybe I walked into the wrong room and left it there earlier. Or someone picked it up, I'm not sure.
Or maybe someone's...
Room, by the way.
Who the fuck is Zuko?
He told me.
What?
Got a character, because you're muted. You're muted. I can't tell you, but Suku got this room before us.
We're moving!
I told him we can take 15.
Right now!
Take 15!
Wow, it's like we never even left.
Phew!
Wow, you suck at counting.
Oh, is that for me?
It is now, because now there's two of them.
Right. Don't look at me again.
You don't have to sit next to either one of us. Just take the damn chair.
Okay.
God, you didn't know we were that repulsive, do you, Mozo?
Don't take that!
Said I could take it.
Are you stupid? Mosau. She meant you could sit down. Yes, but she meant you could sit down, stupid.
Say what you mean and mean what you say.
Please sit down.
Okay. Did you poison this chair?
Well, is you poisoning us? Is this
No!
poison? Is that...
I'm just trying to look out for my friends.
Really? I'm your friend.
Don't look at me like that. You know what's happening here. And yeah, don't think too much about
This is the first time you've ever called me a friend.
Should I not? You don't have to think that we're friends, but...
Okay, what the hell do you want?
I just want to talk.
Did you poison the talk too?
How the fuck can you poison the talk?
Yeah, you have some venom-laced words as it is.
Do you think that I even have the capacity to be able to poison you without you noticing, or... You think I want to poison you, Marcel? I'm offended.
It's been like that all my life, you know that.
Well...
I'm quite not sure if I want to taste this now, if it's poison.
Don't eat it then. Never mind.
Oh, alright, I will eat it. See? Mmm. Mmm.
Did you take your chances and roll for that?
I didn't poison it!
No, I mean, like, the previous thing you cooked me was all right.
I didn't make these either.
Oh.
I found them in the kitchen before they closed it. We've been traveling in the Vale for 5 days. We've had jerky from a wolf and whatever from a sheep, and I just thought it would be good for you to eat something real for the first time in a week. Forgive me for worrying.
Alright. I'm eating right now, see?
Hey, I ate that as soon as I got to the girl.
You promise?
Why the fuck do I gotta promise to you? Just take my word for it.
I'm just gonna change a little bit. Be right back.
Well, I can at least take your word. Good news for you is that you at least have a couch this time. Unless you'd like to sit by the fireplace again.
Maybe I'll take the couch next to the fireplace.
What? Why is everybody so quiet suddenly?
I was not.
Didn't know you were that type of girl.
What do you mean? I'm just... It's more comfortable this way. Can't you look at me, Marcel? Are you that childish? This is just
I
a body.
don't think that it's being childish. I think it's something else, actually. Might be a good thing.
Your twins are out.
My twins are out. This is a crop top,
I hate
you
this.
know? Haven't you heard about it?
No, because I am not a girl.
Well, you sure are acting like a pussy.
Would it be better if I get dressed again then?
Yes.
Are you bothered by and it's not a fight that I'm going to pick today.
Just you wait. I'm gonna do the same exact thing one day, and then we'll have a discussion about this.
Now you can look at me. Wow.
Yeah, now I can look at you.
You asked me outside before we were interrupted by the guildmaster about who was paying for what.
Yeah.
You sounded...
paying for me.
They know.
No, they don't know.
Good.
Why are you paying for me? I can look after myself, Anna. You don't need to pay for me. I don't need protection from him.
It's not...
So this is what this is about. Go on.
It's not really about whether or not you need protection. It's...
What's about then?
if you're going to be around me while there are people of unknown origin looking for me, then you are my responsibility, and so I will pay for you.
I can look after myself.
I don't
Anna.
care.
Gives you 1 gold. Here you go. Stop paying for me.
Thank you for your patronage,
I can take care of
Princess. Didn't know you wanted my protection that badly. But I'll happily
I
protect
really
you.
don't want your protection, Martha.
Well, this gold coin says otherwise.
I took her that gold coin so she would stop paying for me. And it's getting back for every part she paid for. A little extra.
But you still paid me to protect you. You're welcome.
Don't pay for me again, Anna. It's disrespectful for me. Do you think I'm weak?
If you want to stay in a room with me, then I am paying for you.
So do you want this gold coin back? Because to be honest, I could be happy with you paying or her paying for a silk. Makes me happy.
Well, then you know.
Don't you dare protect me when that time comes.
That's not up to you.
Anna, please.
That's up to this gold coin.
Stop paying for me.
Not while I'm putting you in danger.
I can take care of myself. I
It's
can
the
take care of
curse.
you.
I don't need you to take care of me. That's what I'm paying him for. I know that you're strong. It's not about that. And if something were to happen to
Seems
you
like it is about that.
because of me, and he wasn't there to help,
What if what if I am stronger than him, Anna? You know, don't know that.
I don't. And it doesn't matter.
I don't want his protection. It's disrespectful
Or would you like your coin back?
to assume that I am weak. It feels like it, Anna. Can't you understand that?
You have no room to talk. You followed me around all day.
I was making sure you were alright.
This is
You
the
didn't
only
get
thing
yourself
that
in
I
danger.
can do for you. I'm not as strong as either one of you. Let me do this at least.
The curse of being so loved.
Shut up, Marcel.
Because you know I'm right.
I know. The curse is being a burden. You're both burdened.
I'm gonna go to bed.
I'll guide you in your sleep. So, you want to take this patronage as from you or from her?
Give it back. Gold coin is too much anyway. I'll give it back. I know you're not doing it for me, but thank you.
Did you both manage to talk about what happened?
Yeah, we did a bit, kind of. We were, interrupted before I got the chance to prove a point, but I'll just have to be more creative next time. Don't ever talk to me like you know what's going on inside my head. Ever again.
Call it payback.
Payback. For being
Plotting my
worried.
brain.
You don't want to see it for what it is.
I can say the same for me.
You can't change the fact that people care about you, Martel. You're just gonna have to get over it. Good night. I'll leave the coins on the table in the morning. I'll let you stew over that.
Good night, short abuse.
Lots of room for decoration, at least. Got some knickknacks from the old room.